Hello, everyone. We're here. We're live yet again for another episode of the Fuck My Life podcast, episode 42. We're still going. Ryan, how are you doing?
We're still going. We are closing in on officially a year. Like we only a couple months, and have been doing this for a year, Vera. And that'll be like at the 49th or 50th one. It'd probably be 50, right? Because we missed two of them.
Yeah, we did miss two of them.
So 50 will be the year.
Because you got stuck in Japan.
I did. I was
But at least you had
I planned to
fun.
be there for one of them, which I knew I was going to miss. And the second one is because I was stuck. I don't know if we'll miss any others, actually. So, all right, when I come back from Vegas in August, we might have a little bit of a late start to the stream. I think just because, like, if everything works out perfectly, I think I can get back in time. But
Meaning that's not going to happen that week,
right.
guys.
But if there's like a little delay or something, we might start a little bit late. So maybe we'll give ourselves a little room. But I should be able to still do it, though.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I guess
I specifically bought a plane ticket to
see.
make sure that I could come back on Monday night to do FML.
That's nice. But see, it's your intention. That doesn't mean that it is actually going to work out that way, though. So,
correct.
hopefully.
But I feel like that's the important part, right?
Yeah, A for effort and all
it's
of
the
that.
thought that counts, as they say.
I would ultimately agree with that. You know, it's like, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Obviously, you were already in Japan, so who gives a fuck? Missing like the extra week doesn't really matter. Everybody already knew you were gonna miss the one. But yeah, it is what it is.
I couldn't be gone for too long, otherwise there might be another combo stream on this channel that could become the premier live stream.
Yeah,
I was not about to let that happen.
That's true.
I will fight wicked virtue to the death to prevent that from happening.
See, you're gonna feel special though because your show, this show, is gonna be the only show at the 9 p.m. slot now because Vera Virtue is going to 7.
So right when I stream.
Yeah.
So you're moving it to literally go head to head with my stream on Wednesdays.
That's life. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Whose idea was that? Let me guess.
It was like a combo.
Yeah, idea. It was fucking wicked virtue. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm always live at 7 p.m. every other fucking night. So that's just my normal time slot. So, I mean, it's kind of your fault for being in my normal time slot. It's just that I have now taken up an extra fucking day.
So I got to do something. I'm taking this bitch down, okay? Like, I got to put a stop to this madness. To think that I was like, yeah, sure, I'll look for Star Fox stuff while I'm there. If I see any, I'll grab you an extra. I would have got one too, but I'll grab you an extra. Don't worry. Fuck.
You were looking for yourself, and then you were like, well, I guess I could get an extra set of them if I have to. But yeah, you know, hey, at least you get a little bit of exclusivity now. Only 9 p.m. show on this fucking channel.
Awesome. It was very exciting to me when we announced this like partner, dual streaming thing, only to find out like 5 minutes after we announced it, you've actually got another one going on. That was enough, right? Now this.
But insult to injury, it's just the way that it goes. Yep. But I'm sure you'll be okay, Ryan. I
always am.
Yep, I'm sure everything will be fine. Sometimes you just have to take the L's where you have to, and you don't have a fucking choice about it in the world. Speaking of taking the L's, Dev22 for the 199 said Clash of the Foreheads. I called us the Twin Towers in response. So, yeah, I mean, I have a big forehead, but you've got a bigger forehead. So.
Mine's more prominently displayed.
Yeah.
And you have eyebrows. You have like dark eyebrows, so it doesn't make yours look as big. Whereas
you could
my eyebrows
also
are so
have
light,
dark eyebrows. You could just like dye your eyebrows or whatever, like the once a month, like how men dye their beards.
I'm not doing that.
You could, and then you wouldn't have a reason to fucking complain.
I'm not
But see,
complaining.
I think you would have had to commit to that bit years ago because
Years ago, yeah, there's
now
no way I could do that
people would
now.
laugh at you for then dyeing your eyebrows.
Just to be clear, I'm not complaining. I'm explaining.
Yeah,
Like
fair enough.
I'm not like what am I fucking complain?
Well,
Like
again,
my eyebrows have been this way my
I
entire
also
life.
think that it's your hairstyle.
100%. If I brought it
Yeah.
down, like people wouldn't be able to see it. I can't do it right now because product in my hair and shit. But yeah, if I did something different, if I did like the fucking Gen Z fucking thing, you know what I mean?
I guess that's true. But this week there's a couple of topics that have popped up. Supergirl never fucking ends. I can't wait till this movie comes out just so I don't have to hear about this stupid actress
Oh, I
anymore.
can't wait till it comes out because I'm gonna make a video every fucking day about how it's performing in the box office. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, now the new line of coping defense has launched, and that's marketing deals, um, which that only broke like I think 2 hours ago. So
Bro, the
we'll
same
talk.
thing happened for Superman. Same thing happens for fucking
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Only it's like now it's, oh well, Superman was the biggest. Now this is Warner Brothers' biggest project that's done it per usual. Ubisoft has had a lot of news this week. We've been hearing about layoffs. One of the co-founders did pass away, which of course does suck, and that's fucking terrible.
We say
Uh,
pass away, like pass away is like, oh, he got sick and
okay,
died, or he
died
got
in a
old.
plane
He
crash, and
fucking died in
probably
a
the
plane
most
crash.
horrendous death possible. Is that
Yeah, that's
better?
not
Is
like
that a better description?
yeah. Well, I feel like passing away. When you say someone passed away, I feel like it implies
You just
something
imagine it
relatively
being more like
peaceful.
pause, right? Like peaceful.
Yeah, like in
Yeah.
relatively, and maybe it could be a disease or something that's not fun or good for like a family to go through. But when someone
Yeah.
dies in a fucking plane
I don't
accident,
know. I guess for me I just say pass away or just died. I don't instantly go into like the details of if it was like a better death or a worse death because ultimately death still fucking sucks, but
oh, I think
I
it.
get what you're saying.
I like if I was to make a video about one of the Ubisoft co-founders dying in a plane crash, it wouldn't be Ubisoft co-founder passes away in all like caps. It would be Ubisoft founder killed
Yeah.
in like horrendous plane crash, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm picking up what you are putting down, but we'll talk about that. Also, the team or one of the team members, I should specify, behind Shadows finally admitting that maybe the story didn't resonate with people. Not like we didn't already know that when it fucking released, but now they're at least saying the quiet part out loud after such a long period of time of them just saying, no, it's fine, and you guys are wrong. We've got the Toy Story box office, which I think that all of us knew that that was going to do pretty good, but it's doing really
I
fucking
mean, once the
good.
projections came out at $150 million domestic, it's like, oh, yeah, this is going to do really well. And then
Yeah.
it's 160,
Yes.
160.
Yep. Obsession has humiliated Star Wars, of course. It has finally outgrossed the Mando and Grogu at the box office, which is for me wild because I thought that this movie was going to do pretty bad, Mando and Grogu, but I still didn't expect it to get beaten. I don't think anybody really did up front that something like Obsession was going to end up fucking crushing it, especially with the amount of media hype that was behind The Mandalorian and Grogu. And of course, in a minute or two, we'll probably talk about House of the Dragon since the first episode of season 3 is finally released. I just cannot get behind this fucking show. I really can't. Season 2, I thought so much of it fell flat. And this episode, sure, it had some good moments, but it also overall just felt so bad. Maybe it's just because there's so many different changes. Maybe it is the way that they shot it. I hated how the background of every shot seemed fucking blurry, and that felt so low budget. Like they, oh, we can't have more than one character, two characters in focus in a shot. Really, really ticked me off.
It's interesting because I think they spent a lot of money on the Battle of the Gullet,
I
because
think
so
so
much of it was done
too.
on water, like legitimately
Yeah.
on water. And of course, they're going to add CGI for some of these ships and like the dragons in the background, all this stuff. I think that it's tough because this show is a combination of what I think are some like really, really good moments and really, really
Yeah.
bad decisions.
Right.
And so it's kind of tough to be like, well, it's just kind of mid because it is ultimately kind of mid, but in most, say in Superman, right? I think Superman is a mid movie, low
Hmm.
end of mid. To me, there's not any really awesome moments in that movie. There's a
Yeah.
lot of just rather mediocre moments. For House of the Dragon, I feel like you have some really, really good moments, then punctuated by some really, really poor decisions or bad moments. And
Yeah.
I for me, it's difficult it's difficult to judge House of the Dragon without like it's difficult to judge it with just what they're presenting on screen without thinking about the things that they've changed,
Yeah.
right? So take the entire Reina plot line
Oh.
of what we've just witnessed and the result of that and the things that the ways that it changes the Battle of the Gullet, the character that they've erased from history in Nettles and what that means going forward. Most people that tune into this probably aren't going to know anything about that or think anything about that. They're just like taking what's on screen. For me, it's so impossible to remove that and not
Yes.
feel like it should have been so much fucking better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely agree because and I think that this just happens whenever there is established whether it's a book or a video game or a comic or that source material when you know that material I would say 99% of the time, the original material is better than whatever it's being adapted to, whether it's a show or a movie or even a video game. And this is no different. Like, I can't off the top of my head think of any times where I've been like, oh my God, the adaptation is better than the source material, even if it's in like one certain way or a certain character or maybe a specific storyline. But there's so much that feels so drastically different. It's not like, oh, there's maybe a line of dialogue that felt uncharacteristic or like the Rhaenyra male or I have the spirit of a king line. There are some people that felt that that was very like cringeworthy and it didn't fit. I've seen some people also say that it does fit because none of this would be happening and that's like her wildest dream would be to be a man so none of this would happen. I thought it came across as really, really stupid. Um, but
But there's another side of that too, because the way I interpreted that entire sequence was that it did come off as cringeworthy. The meltdown, the stabbing of the dress, everything came off as super cringeworthy.
yeah,
But that when you see the way like Massaria and even
is reacting the
like is
handmaid.
reacting, it's like
Yeah,
she thinks it's cringe.
right.
So there's a lot of different ways to interpret it. The way I view it is she's like a petulant little fucking child, and Masaria's like, oh, I might be in a little over my head here with this person. It,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Well, the thing,
if that's the way it's intended, then I like that because I do think Rhaenyra is completely out of her element and completely in the wrong about so many of these things and so many decisions she's trying to make. But
right. Well,
I don't buy that the showrunners believe that based on everything we've
yeah.
seen. So it's this conundrum of what does this mean?
Well, it's kind of like the Cyrax lore, which is basically Cyrax has never had to hunt. So Cyrax just sits like a pretty little princess dragon and waits to be fed because Cyrax has never had to do that. And Rhaenyra, I felt could have been played off with Rhaenyra if it was that way from the beginning. But from the beginning, it was that, oh, she was chosen by the gods, she's better than everybody else, she's the obvious choice, but they never played into that until I feel like now. And sure, maybe part of that is just them trying to show a like descent into madness. She's losing the people that she loves, she doesn't know how to control the situation. Like, that could be it, but I don't feel that the writers have played into that enough up until this point. So when that's the moment at the start of a new season, it feels very disjointed. If that was very, very prominent in season 2, maybe like halfway through season 2, I could say, all right, yeah, that doesn't feel that crazy. But another big part of that is that this was supposed to be season 2. Like, we don't know how
Yes.
much this was rewritten. We don't know how many creative changes there were between these episodes being cut off the end of season 2 versus them putting season 3 into production, rewriting, writing the rest of season 3. So maybe that wasn't there initially, maybe it was. I guess for me and like my coping, I want to imagine that it was there, so it makes it a little bit better to deal with and it doesn't come across as being very oddly placed.
I think that I think that if you tack this on as season 2, episode 9, it feels like that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Very much so. Including the stupid I can't believe we started with the Rhaena shit.
Yeah,
Because
that was
after the
annoying.
season finale, which was such a letdown because it wasn't really a season finale, and there's reasons for that. HBO came in and said, hey, we know we told you guys 10 episodes for this season and you wrote 10 episodes and you're in the middle of filming right now. But due to budget constraints, we're only going to let you do 8 because we're trying to make this company look more profitable than it is, because we're going to try to sell it to the highest bidder, to the biggest sucker, which ends up being Paramount. And that's all fine and well and good, and you can handle that. But unfortunately, that decision came down in the middle of the writer's strike, which meant that they could not rewrite what they had. They could only continue filming. So, like, that's why season 2 ends on not a season finale. This was supposed to be episode 9 of season 2. It feels that way. And this is fucking Game of Thrones, right? Your penultimate episode of the season,
That's
when something
usually the
fucking
most
insane
memorable.
happens, crazy shit goes down, people die, and then episode 10 is where you kind of pick up the pieces and set something in motion forward to head into the next season. This felt like that completely. I don't know how much they could have rewritten or how much they may have changed based on feedback. I don't feel like much, because if they had changed things on feedback, I don't think they do the Rhaena thing, honestly.
Yeah, that felt so, I don't know. It felt like it didn't need to happen for multiple episodes. If that had been in the middle of a season, I obviously the impacts of it would have been very different, and that storyline, right, would probably have been pretty different. But it's like, oh, we have this actor who we've signed, and so we need to have her in a certain amount of screen time in every single episode, because she just sort of felt shoved into the mix, and it was just not good. But then again, I don't think that this entire storyline that was ultimately Nettles was smart for them to ever go for with her. Like, her queen gave her one fucking job, and that was to watch the eggs and watch the kids. And what does she do? Anything but that. She's just like, bye guys, I'm out of here.
I just don't understand why they erase Nettles, and it brings up so many questions as to what they do with Rhaena now. Because my belief, and I said this last night, I said it again. By the way, I was on with Our Hilts Hurt. They have a great Game of Thrones channel. You guys should check them out. But to me, getting in the head of these fucking writers, what I think they thought was that if you get rid of Nettles and instead give this to Rayla, it creates a lot of random interpersonal drama. Because now you have Rhaena, who has just gotten Jace killed, who is Rhaenyra's son. She is Daemon's daughter. Her sister was betrothed to Jace. Like, what do you do? And also, she just fucked up a bunch of the Valerian fleet as well, in addition to some of the Triarchy people. So there's going to be
Right. It's
so many
family
people that are
drama
out for
now.
blood. And I think what's going to happen is then Damon, after kind of getting guilt tripped by the ghost of Lena at Harrenhal when he was going through his fucking Alice-induced acid trips, he is going to rise to the occasion and actually stand up for his child, which is going to create conflict between him and Rhaenyra, which is then going to separate them ultimately before we have what happens to the God's Eye. Like, that's what I think they thought. The problem is it's removing a character that a lot of people liked in Nettles. It's unnecessarily changing things. You've completely changed contextually what happens at the Battle of the Gullet. And that's why I mean it's so hard to remove myself from the source material when just I can't just judge this on the basis of what they're presenting, because it's impossible with all the thoughts running around your head about the source material.
Exactly. And
also, where the fuck are Aegon and Viserys?
That was so that right there is the most infuriating part of all of it, is why Jace was out there in the first place. He was out there because he was being a little shithead and because he was in over his head. And the reason why he initially was fucking out there, or why he was supposed to be, is because he was trying to protect his brothers. It was a heroic act. It was he was willing to sacrifice himself if that is what it would have taken in order to be the big brother. He died originally being a hero and being brave and trying to fight for his family, but instead he's just like, nope, I'm going to do what I want.
I don't view it as I'm going to do what I want. I think that Jace's decision to do that ultimately is Rhaenyra's fault. Just like almost everything in this fucking story is Rhaenyra's fault. I'm going to be honest. Rhaenyra's insistence on being overprotective of him and not letting him do these things that he is capable of doing. Look, remember, he had to sneak off to treat with the Freys.
Yeah.
Right? Because Rhaenyra didn't want him doing anything.
After that, she should have put her fucking foot down and been like, you ever do that again, and there's going to be hell to pay. But, of course, she's just like, meh, it's my son. He can do what he wants. Because that's how her father treated her, and that's how they got in that fucking position in the first place.
Look, Jace's idea was much better than Rhaenyra going there. Like, imagine if Rhaenyra went there by herself. What happened? She probably fucking dies. Jace
Go where?
To the Gullet.
Oh, at the same time, she's like on their team except for fucking Daemon, who isn't there. She has the best bond with her dragon.
But Jace's plan would have worked. Him and Moondancer would have been fine if Sheepstealer didn't come in and fuck things up. Like,
probably.
It completely recontextualizes the reasons that it happened. I still think that Jace is in the right. I think Jace was right to do what he did. I think he was right to lock his mother in there. I think that all decisions should be taken out of Rhaenyra's hand because she doesn't know what she's fucking doing. There's a common denominator, right? And it's not just that the men don't think she's capable. It's that no one thinks she's capable of doing what she's doing.
Not even
the men don't think so. The women don't think so. Nobody who watches this thinks that Rhaenyra is capable of doing the right thing, because she's not. Like, Jace did the right thing by preventing his mother from going there and going to battle. Jace's plan would have worked. Vermax and Moondancer had things under control until Sheepstealer got there. That's when everything went to fucking hell. That's the reason that they had to dive bomb and be back down low right by the fucking harpoons again, because Sheepstealer, because Rhaena, because this stupid race swap bitch can't control this fucking dragon that she just hopped on. That's why.
Ever think that this dragon does not fucking speak Valyrian, you stupid bitch?
Well, I didn't think about that. I just think he doesn't respect her.
That's all I fucking seen online today. It's like, I mean, technically, yeah, but like also, shut up. You're so fucking stupid. But another...
I just think that Sheepstealer is a fucking wild dragon who's never been used to like taking orders of any kind, especially when you go through and all of a sudden you're getting hit by a couple fucking firebombs because people don't know who is who and what's what. Like,
But also, weren't the dragon seeds supposed to be at the Battle of the Gullet?
yeah, all of them.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. So that also completely changes this entire fucking fight. Like, you would assume, oh, they only want to put two dragons in this big fight because of CGI, because the CGI for the ship battle itself costs so much money. But then you're adding an extra dragon in anyway, and so why not then just add like one more? Because you could just do the book storyline. And it's no fucking wonder why George R. R. Martin doesn't want anything to do with House of the Dragon. And I know that he had problems with, season 2 and obviously season 3. He's like, no, I'm really not hands on with this anymore. And we all have our gripes with George. But
It's hard for me to be on
it's
George's
complete
side
fan
for
fiction.
anything.
I agree. Like, it is really hard, especially when he has no respect for his work anyway, because he doesn't have any respect for his audience that made that work wildly successful. But I don't know, maybe stop fucking signing off on these projects.
One of the confusing, and I think one of the reasons that House of the Dragon, while I think season 1's really, really good, and I think season 2 has a lot of problems and is rather mid in general, and so far season 3 is rather mid. One of the things that creates so much discussion is they've made a lot of changes to the source material.
Yeah.
Some of it I think has been brilliant.
Yeah.
Viserys,
really quickly, let me just read this super chat because I see call signs leaving and he had donated. Thank you for the 10. My first fuck my life. It's a doozy. My ex who moved back home cross country just started seeing a guy after not wanting a new boyfriend. Blocked me. Then she reached out saying they broke up and she's pregnant. Fuck my life. Damn.
Quite a conundrum.
Yeah, that is.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful with whatever you decide to do. Call sign hush.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. That's a real fuck my life. Mine's like, oh, they got my order
really
wrong at Taco
is.
Bell. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
the love of my fucking life just got fucking banged and dumped by another dude. Now she's got a fucking baby and is reaching out to me.
Like, what do you say to that? Holy shit. Well, that is definitely your probably your biggest fuck my life moment, I would assume, for the foreseeable future. But also, first, FML for joining. Thank you for stopping in. I hope the rest of your evening goes better than the rest of your day, I suppose. But thank you. Anyway, Ryan, you can continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So some of the changes are like dog shit, but some of them have been brilliant. Viserys, Paddy Constantine and Viserys' portrayal and his story and his arc, that is all Ryan Condal and the creative team for House of the Dragon. That is not in the source material at all.
Right.
And it's done, in my opinion, brilliantly.
Yeah.
Right. So you have these things that they've done that are absolutely departures from the source material that, in my opinion, make some of these characters and some of the story better. But then you also have these mind-numbingly stupid changes and decisions that, in my opinion, make it worse. And in a lot of people's opinion, make it worse. I think that's why it generates so much discussion if you care about the source material and then seeing it translated on screen, because there's been good changes and there's been really bad changes. And it's puzzling as to why we can't get some consistency.
Yeah, I also feel so torn on the fucking women of House of the Dragon, because none of them are consistent, I feel. And you can have, especially
They're like women, you mean?
Well, the thing is I mean consistent in terms of their own fucking storylines. Not like, oh, all the women have to act one way consistent. Women are just dumb bitches. We already know that. That's not news. But you have the opportunity and the possibility to have more masculine women who are still well written, and I feel like most people wouldn't fucking complain. But when every single woman is a dumb, stupid bitch and constantly complains about being a woman, even when the women like Alicent previously were fine with actually acting like women. It's so annoying because none of them are intriguing at all whatsoever. They all are the same exact fucking character at this point.
I don't know. I think that Alicent is interesting. Not because I think she's like a good person or somebody to root for. Kind of the opposite. I think that Alicent has been portrayed. I think one of the stories we're getting a lot of in House of the Dragon in general is how parents can fuck up their children and how you pass on this shit. And you see the way that Otto used Alicent as a political bargaining tool to make sure that his grandson got on the throne, that he was that much closer to power, that he was that much closer to having this thing as a second son that he always wanted, right? And then Alicent feels used and feels like she's stuck in this cycle, yet then she continues and perpetuates that upon her own children so that she can get revenge on Rhaenyra because she didn't think Rhaenyra did things the right way. She did her duty. She did the right way, and Rhaenyra didn't. So she uses her children as pawns in this fucking game against Rhaenyra. And by the time she kind of wakes up and realizes that it's too late, her kid's already fucked up, and this antagonistic nature is like already a part of them. And so, and now you have the kids that are out of fucking control. Alicent's a terrible mother. And I think the show is telling you that she is a terrible mother over and over and over again, which I like. I wish we got that same shit for Rhaenyra. I feel like they're too nice to Rhaenyra. That's what I think.
Yeah, I would agree
and
with
I
that.
wish, and I feel like it's coming, but there's also a chance that it's not. And she's just portrayed as the perpetual victim in this entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll say the thing is I feel like nothing is easy to guess anymore with these writers, just because I feel like these writers generally don't know what the fuck they're doing. Now, maybe they do, maybe they actually have this bigger plan, but so many things from each season feel so tacked on. And I also think that
I think they have a plan. I just don't know if we like it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. How do you feel about Daron being a fucking ginger-headed stupid little bitch now, and Alicent clearly fucking sent him away because the whole fucking issue previously was, hey, listen, Rhaenyra's
What?
kids, they've got fucking black hair. So it looks like I mean, the thing is that I've seen
we haven't seen Daron, right?
Yes, we did. He was behind Ormond.
Was that Daron?
I mean, he's got the credit because that's the actor that's playing Link in the Zelda movie. Yeah.
Did he have any lines?
He didn't. No, he basically just walked around. But he right now is at least getting the credit from, I think it's Variety had said he's a credit, and then another outlet. Now maybe they are wrong or they're misreporting it, because I mean it's a fucking
I have
journalist,
heard that the actor
right?
who plays Link plays him. I just didn't.
Yeah, that's that actor. Yes.
By Ormond in the one scene we see Ormond.
Yeah,
in?
the one with the red hair. The one that's told go and get this messenger a bed and then walks in front of him.
Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna pull. You keep talking. I'm gonna pull up the
Daron. But yeah, I mean, very, very good actor. Yeah, I've got the image right here. Very fucking good actor, but they've changed his look. He had a very specific, distinct fucking look before, and this is him now. Obviously, on the right is him playing Link, but this is him now. And so by removing his silver hair, that also fucking changes the angle of, hey, hair color matters. Because now it's like, Alicent doesn't want to be seen with this stupid fucking kid.
Yeah,
I guess. I also think that them changing Rhaenys's hair color to silver from black also was such a big fucking problem because if her hair color was black, it wouldn't have been it would have been I think much more in the air about how serious hair color is in this show. Because in the book it was, hey, people doubted it, but there are black-haired Targaryens already, and so hey, maybe this isn't suspicious. Now, he does have a dragon, and so it is still a little bit fucking different. It's not just like
Yeah, he rides Caesarion, so no one's
right,
gonna doubt his Targaryen heritage.
right.
So I agree with you that Rainey should have had black hair. The one thing is the fact, like, you don't need the black hair to know that the strong boys are bastards because they're not fucking black, because Laenor's black now,
Well,
right?
right.
And that is, I will say this, I hate the race swap. I like the fact that it's so overt that Rhaenyra is a lying, cheating whore.
Yeah.
Because I think that really goes to the validity that so many people would reject it and
Yeah.
reject them. Like, I like that it's overt. I don't like the way that it's overt because black, but I do like that it's overt.
Yeah. I
I'm
guess
just glad that Daeron isn't fucking trans. Remember when that rumor was
yeah,
out there?
that's true. That rumor was floating around for quite a long time, like several months, because I mean, if you look at some of the other casting decisions that they've made with House of the Dragon, it does seem like they're definitely choosing people who, of course, are going to be able to work with these sorts of actors. And they're like, you know what? We have a non-binary on this fucking. We got several non-binaries. You have
We got a
Matt's.
YouTuber.
You got a YouTuber. You have Matt Smith, who now is talking about Starfighter, and he's like, "I'm playing a really cool guy, or is it a girl? I guess you'll find out." And it's just so fucking cringeworthy and like, seriously, bro, you're coming across as a douche. Like, it wouldn't have shocked me if that is the type of person that they cast in this fucking position and in this role. So, yeah, but I did think overall, I did think that it was a very cool ending of the episode. Like the battle itself was well done.
I
It
think it
felt
was.
intense, it felt impactful, and it was good to watch. I do think that maybe there were like a lot of cuts in it, but that's sort of what is to be expected. Like you can't do one or two continuous shots for a scene that large, obviously.
I also think like the cut was like kind of strategic when it got
Because it felt
super intense.
jarring.
Like when it got super intense, when everybody fucking boarded and there was just bodies flying everywhere. I liked the battle. I thought it was a good Corliss episode. I thought it was a good
Alan?
Alan episode. Like I've not really been a fan of Alan in this show so far, mostly because he's been a nothing character and had nothing to do. I hated how Corliss was underutilized in season 2. So I think this was good for both of them. I really enjoyed the kind of chase sequence and showing Corliss like why he is so highly respected, like as a Navy guy, as a ship guy. Like I thought that was really well done. I hate that Philosophy Tube is in this show. Like I hate that we have a trans YouTuber, a dude who's pretending to be a woman who's playing a dude or a woman we don't really fucking know.
Because you can only view that character as their actor at that
Yeah.
fucking point. So
Yeah.
it takes you out of it. You know, I think that maybe in all of entertainment there's two trans actors where you can go, okay, I mean they fit in this role, like Hunter Schafer in Euphoria. Who gives a fuck about Euphoria? Whatever, it's set in the modern day, but this is a show that clearly has
And that's a trans person playing a trans person.
right, right, exactly. So it's not like they're LARPing as this specific fucking person. But it, you know, in this case, it just you can't see them for their character. You can only see them for their actor. That's how I feel though with a lot of actors in Hollywood, like The Rock. The Rock's just playing The Rock. And
Because I kind of like the character actually in the show. And the fact that she just, yeah, fuck off, Lannister. I'm here for my shit. This is not about you. And just trying to track down Corlys, trying to destroy his legacy after everything that he's done. Like, I kind of like the character, but I hate the actor so much that I can't take it seriously, and I don't like it when I see it on screen.
Right. At least a okay character, right?
It's
Is
fucking tossing off
partially.
all the Lannisters with armor to
I thought that
like
was funny.
to it was fucking cool actually. Like
Yeah.
it's so fucking cutthroat to be like, all right, we have to make it through this pass. We have to fucking raise the boat up. We
Gotta
have
lose
to
the
get rid of some
weight.
weight.
There you
Fucking
go.
sayonara all the Lannisters with armor on so we
Yeah.
can like get less weight on the ship. That was cool.
Yeah, it was, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a long season. Because I think that there's gonna be one really good fucking moment. Now, of course, it's debated on whether we're going to actually get Battle Above the God's
Next
Eye in
next
this
next
season or
season.
next
Next
season,
season.
right? I personally think that it's going to be next season. I guess maybe they could save it till the last episode of this season. I don't see that happening, because
I
they
think
need
they
that
want
marketability going forward for the
yeah.
actors.
I
Yeah,
think they want a certain someone at the premiere and at the press tours for
yeah,
season 4. And I
right.
think it would be a foolish financial decision to have that event be at the end of season 3, even though timeline wise it might fit. I think for them, it would be a stupid thing to do.
Yeah. I agree though, but unless Rhaenyra suddenly becomes a way more fucking badass character and Rhaena gets her shit together, it's already looking like it's gonna be a tough watch for most of this season.
Why would you want Rhaenyra to be a badass character?
I just want Rhaenyra to be. I either want her to sit on her fucking ass and do nothing and actually act like a strategic character who's supposed to be a leader, which she's clearly proven that she can't be, or I at least want her to be on the back of her dragon in action, doing something, providing something, except for sitting there fucking talking about, ooh, Alicent, I love Alicent, and
Yeah.
probably watching her family be fucking torn apart. So, like, it's either strategic, queenly character or badass. And at this point, I have no faith that this character could be played off as being fucking smart.
See, I don't think we want to see her as a badass because that's not what happened at all.
Yeah, but like this is already House of the fan fiction, so
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
yeah,
I want to see her. I want to see her continue to. I think we saw some cracks in this, like her
yeah,
fucking melting down at that dress. I think we're gonna continue to see this like fucking descent into like hopelessness and thinking that everyone's gonna die or leave her or whatever. And slowly and surely, everything's gonna go away. That's what my hope is for the character.
well, I guess we'll see. Have they released the? I don't think that they have the episode names.
They usually don't until like the when it premieres,
Okay, well,
unless it
I'm wrong
leaks.
then.
But
Maybe it
yeah,
was Night of the Seven Kingdoms that they did that with, that they released most of the names up front. But I mean, obviously, Night of the Seven Kingdoms is just fucking goaded.
I remember when they released episode 8 last season, and it was called The Queen Who Ever Was, but some people fucking like thought they made a typo or whatever. Like, oh, they're
Yeah,
so
I do
incompetent. I'm like, you
actually.
got no, you guys are the idiots. It's a play on fucking words. It's not a fucking mistake.
Yeah, I do remember that actually.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. David Smart Jr., thank you for the 6 months as a member. Hail the panel. Where did you watch Obsession and Backrooms? Both are good. And did you see the trailer for Evil Dead Burns? Hail Ryan. Uni's cool as fuck. Thank you. So Backrooms. So I was now. I'm not super into like the Backrooms lore, and so I obviously know the basics. I know a little bit about Backrooms. I thought it was okay. Obsession was much better, but that's just because Obsessions felt like a full start to end story, and obviously you didn't need any prior knowledge. And so for Backrooms, there's plenty of people out there who enjoyed it more than I did. I'm sure who are like super passionate, like dedicated fans, which is great. And I did see the Evil Dead Burns trailer. I, I feel very middling on it right now. Like it was a trailer. I will watch it. I hope that I end up liking it, but yeah, I don't feel strongly about it right now.
Haven't seen it, haven't played it, don't know anything about it. I've heard they're both good, but I don't know.
Fair enough. Ryan will watch movies again one day, just like he's gonna play video games again one day.
Bro, I fucking watched Toy Story 5. What are you talking about?
Did you?
Yeah,
Did
on
you
my
like
phone.
it? I haven't
Uh,
watched it yet.
I can't say I particularly like it. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say it's like the last Jedi of Toy Story. I heard Toy Story 4 was terrible. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I didn't watch 4 either.
There's some really, I think, stupid parts in Toy Story 5, just in terms of same things we've seen with a million other franchises, right? Deciding to have your female protagonist take over as the hero. And instead of just letting that happen and letting your female protagonist be the focal point of the story, like a very concerted effort went into to like downplay and disregard and disparage and make jokes of your two male heroes of the franchise with Buzz and Woody. Like that was present. There's no fucking doubt about it. It was. In the midst of that, I think you have a decent like point to the story, focal point, just in terms of um children being completely obsessed with technology and constantly on their phones and constantly on their screens or tablets or whatever, and not making any real connections, not playing with toys like they used to, not going outside and playing with friends across the street, and like that not being a good thing for kids. It's tough to take that too seriously when it's peak irony that Disney is the one telling the story. Disney, who's relying upon fucking parents shoving their children in front of Disney Plus all day long, right? They need these kids on their screens. But I thought that was actually like a good message, like part of the story. But it feels like a Toy Story that has been tailor made to cater specifically to girls, to little girls instead of little boys, and I don't like that. Um,
Yeah,
so
that's stupid.
yeah.
I don't really again, I don't really see the point to that. Girls used to like Toy Story. Girls were fucking fine with Toy Story. So turning Toy Story now into the primarily marketed to girls or made for young girls is it'd be as dumb as if they said, "You know what? We're going to make Barbie but just for the bros." That wouldn't work. You'd lose a lot of money on that. But I'm probably going to watch it. I got to watch it over the next probably day or two, but
It's making a fuck ton of
it
money.
is. Yeah.
Um, I I tend like I looking at like the critic list score and stuff like that. You have about 50-50 on it. I think that's probably about right. I think it is kind of like a 50-50 movie. Um, but yeah, it's when you watch it, it's going to be impossible for you to ignore the shots that are taken and the emasculate e what am I trying to say?
Demasculinization?
No,
No?
emasculating of Buzz
Oh.
Lightyear, the emasculation of Buzz Lightyear, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That specifically is happening. Woody is kind of treated as a joke. He's getting old. He's over the hill. He's got a bald spot. He's kind of let himself go. They make a fat joke about him. Like 1,000% that is present in it, and it is annoying. It's it's impossible to not see when you watch it.
That fucking sucks.
And they're not in the movie very much. Woody and Buzz. Was and Buddy.
And of
I
course,
can't
like,
speak.
that was. I mean, like every other fucking Toy Story movie, it was marketed heavily with them. So you expect to at least have these established characters be the primary characters. But not shocking, that's for sure. Young Stove, thank you for the 2. What's up, my inflation bros? Millie has a Brit face. Millie Alcock is a very interesting looking person.
She's Australian, isn't she?
I was gonna say, but yeah, don't think that she's British, right? So either way, uh I mean, there's been a couple of times where she's looked decent. My problem is that she's always so fucking drunk and like her mascara's always running and her hair's always looking like she hasn't brushed it in a month and her eyes are always red. Like she just never looks like a put together normal person, which I also think is such a big problem. And that's why that she has made all these like queer comments because she's not filtering herself and she's just saying whatever is it comes to the top of her mind. So, yeah.
So we do have a $50 super chat,
Woo!
by the way, from Pugs4 over on Rumble, saying, doing my part to empty the Crown Royal bottle. They should have used real dragons instead of CGI ones.
I know. I can't believe that they didn't bring in the real dragons. PETA would kill them. PETA would be like, you can't have these fucking dragons on set and then confiscate the dragons and then fucking kill them. But yeah.
The bottle's empty. We might have like a little
sip,
I guess, left.
Mine,
but the bottle.
Mine's looking good still.
Done.
I'm gonna need a new one soon though, especially if, you know, over the next like 2 or 3 weeks we have to take shit tons of shots. Ah, yes. You got that in Japan.
I did. I was given this in Japan. Black Nika. It does not taste good.
Oof. But now you at least have the bottle, right?
Yes.
You could just get like a bottle of some other just throwaway alcohol and switch it, I guess, and just use that as like basically what you keep your alcohol in for streams now. You look like you're gonna fucking die.
I don't.
That one hurt.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, but I will drink it.
Well,
just like all alcohol.
Sometimes it's about the memes, and it is a very, very good bottle to have.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Black Nika with just a white motherfucker, like.
It is really, really fucking funny. Well, hopefully. I mean, I guess knowing you, I was gonna say hopefully you'll run out of it fast, but knowing you, that's not gonna take very long. That's a pretty small bottle. And this is you. We're talking about one minor inconvenience. You're fucking downing the alcohol, so.
Ryan going down the Pokemon card alcoholism arc. I heard you were talking shit about my Pokemon opening streams.
What did I say?
I heard you were talking mad shit.
Who told you that? I don't know what I said.
It got reported to me that you were streaming while I was streaming and that you were talking a bunch of shit.
I don't know what that means, though. I talk shit about you anytime anybody mentions your fucking name. So I'm gonna need like
and that you were gonna start opening them too or something.
Oh, I did say that actually. Yeah, I was like, shit, I should get some packs, and then instead of $50 shots, I should just open up fucking packs one day, and then it'll piss Ryan off. And then I should go back to my second channel and go back to my roots because my channel started as a TCG channel.
That's what somebody said.
Yeah, like, yeah. I did say that.
The oldest like video of Vera, she's opening packs after she had just been shitting all over me.
Yeah,
for my opening of packs.
It's true. Well, I didn't shit on you opening packs, but like you don't actually play the TCG, so I'm shitting on that angle.
That's what I said.
I was opening packs because I was playing it.
I defended you despite the fact that you were shitting all over me. I said, well, to be fair, what her argument was not about opening packs. It's about the fact that, oh, these things have another use, but you're just collecting them, which I feel like we talked a lot about maybe all of the stuff behind you and other things like this that could be used for display, even though they have other uses. But
yeah, like we talked about that last week.
Your take, yeah. While you were just shitting on me, so.
But to be fair, like I shit on you all the time. All anybody has to do is mention your fucking name, and it just that's what's gonna happen. So. I mean, it is what it is. Not that shocking. This is what we do. But yeah, you know, if Pokemon was easier to fucking obtain, I'd probably, you know, I'd open shit, but then I'd have no use out of it. So that's the problem.
It,
It's like I don't play. I would play Pokemon though. I said that was like another part of the conversation is if the TCG was it was easier to get the new cards and like I actually
it's
thought the
easy to
state of
get. It's
Pokemon
just
was
not
good.
easy to get at a good price.
Well, right, and that's the problem. Is like so why would I want to now buy into Pokemon when it's so ungodly expensive? Because that's really the only card game that I would play right now is Pokemon.
Yeah, and
Like I
I
still have
mean,
my fucking like Garchomp decks and shit that I was using all those goddamn
like
years ago when I last played, but
I go out of my way to like I don't buy like shit at market value in terms of like sealed product. I get it at Target or Best Buy or online drops or whatever, which is a pain in the fucking ass, but it's the only realistic way to do it and not go bankrupt because
yeah.
it's just insane right now. Ascended Heroes ETBs are going for $180. Prismatic ETBs are going for $180. Like, let alone things that came out before that. So it's impossible. But I do what I can.
Yeah.
We're gonna have plenty to open on Thursday.
Not
For the
for
next
me.
stream.
The next stream?
I'm doing one every Thursday.
Oh, I got you. I understand. I thought you meant like the next FML and then you were going to say something else. I'm like, what about the next fucking stream?
No, fuck that. I did go to a Pokemon card show yesterday.
Wow, you really are a Pokemon nerd.
I picked up
Congrats,
some cool
Ryan.
stuff. You want to see it?
Sure.
What do we got? Let me you keep reading super chats or whatever.
Okay.
Let me pull up the picture.
Corvo the Crow, thank you for the $9.99. Ryan, last night I compared CNHO, Connell, and Hess to D&D. Dumb and fucking dumber. Wasn't saying House of the Dragon is worse than Season 8, but if you gave Game of Thrones to CNH, it wouldn't make it to Season 8. They're fanfic writers with no respect for the source material. I 1000% agree. Dumb and Dumber, they did a good job when there was source material. The problem is that they ran out of source material. And I think a lot of people would have had an issue once they ran out of that material and they only had like George's scribbles to go off of. But yeah, I'm never gonna forgive them for what they did to Daenerys. Fuck these stupid bitches. I'm glad they didn't get their Star Wars movies.
Look, I will say kind of that's true, but also not. In seasons 5 and 6, when they still did have material from Feast and Dance, I actually think they completely butchered a lot of it.
The problem is that Feast and Dance are just worse fucking books compared to the core 3.
Yeah, but they didn't improve on it, certainly. They fucking made it terrible.
They didn't improve on it, but at least it didn't
look,
get like significantly worse. It wasn't like the drop off.
Yeah, it was. Dorne, you can look. I get people might not love the Dorne plots in the book.
The Dorne was fucking horrendous. I do 100% agree. But I would still say that the structure of the show was pretty good and most of the characters were not butchered until you got to seasons like 6 in part and then 7 and 8. 6 is so much of a mixed bag because there's so much
hit or miss.
Yeah, 6 has amazing things.
It has some of the best. 6 has some of the moments that people remember like and love the best, but it also has some horribly retarded shit in it. Upon rewatch. So
absolutely.
Here, I picked up 10 cards.
Hey Zeus, thank you for the gifted membership. Much appreciated. Thank you.
I picked up 10 cards. So we got a little Ninetales V there.
I love Ninetales.
Got a Mega Samurott. I love these fucking Mega Attack cards with the Japanese attack lettering.
Sick.
They're fucking awesome. This is a Mega Latios. This is a Mega Alakazam. Look at this fucking Mega Blastoise.
Blastoise is okay.
Bro, Blastoise is fucking awesome,
Blastoise is all right.
I mean, look, he's no Charizard.
Better than Venusaur, at least.
Venusaur is the weakest. Like, there's always has to be, like, a weak starter Pokemon, right? And now, even though Venusaur is, like, strong in game compared to Charizard just based on matchups and shit like that. Venusaur is like the least of the three, Kanto starters. Look at the Rayquaza. Bro, I love Rayquaza. What else did we get? We got this cool Oricorio art. This is an artist that makes some just really cool fucking Pokemon cards. The Oricorio one might be the cheapest one he makes, to be honest with you. Basic Charizard Pokemon Go card over here, and then Snorlax. Or look at this Snorlax with a fucking Pidgey sleeping on his gut, or Pidgey on his gut as he's sleeping.
That is a very cute artwork.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't pay sticker price for any of these. We paid usually just market or slightly under market for everything, which the prices aren't like outrageous on any of these, to be honest. Look at this card. Look at that Ninetales card.
I have that Ninetales.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. But yeah, that's what I picked up yesterday at Cardachu, Orlando.
Nice. It's just too bad that Pokemon is so fucking expensive because of these retard scalpers.
Hey, if you guys see, telling you, if y'all see Pokemon shit out in the wild, fucking let me know. I will compensate you for getting it for me.
Like what kind of Pokemon
just putting
stuff?
It out there. Putting it out there.
Like modern Pokemon stuff, or just any Pokemon stuff?
Well, I mean like modern sealed product stuff that's out there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I have those cards that I took the picture of a couple weeks ago and sent to you, and you were like, "Whoa, holy shit! Don't know what they're worth. I'll send you them though, because I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. You seem a little too happy.
I'm excited. Okay. Those are awesome cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's anything in there that's like, that's a $1,000 card.
Like I said, they're sitting in a fucking box. I don't get shit to sit in a box, and I don't play Pokemon, so
I'm ready.
You can have them.
I'm talking about like, well, I mean, I would love to have those, honestly, Barra. But I'm talking about like, so if there's like, you walk into a fucking Target and you live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere where there's no scalpers, and it's like, hey, there's an Ascended Heroes ETB, there's a Prismatic ETB, like.
Because there are still locations where that does happen, because the scalpers aren't going to go there. The scalpers are, of course, going to be in cities.
Yeah,
and
like
then
if you live in
their way
Kansas,
out from there.
I see posts like that all the time. Hey, just walked into a Target, found a random restock. And it's like stuff that I would never see here. I have to battle these fucking bums, these fucking losers.
It's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe one day the Pokemon situation will get better. Hasn't it been like half a fucking decade now of this goddamn bullshit?
I think
Hasn't it been
between
years of the heavy scalping.
Pokemon Go, when it came out, I think it caused like a resurgence in popularity in general. And then really the TCG game, I think during COVID, when people started like doing stuff on eBay or whatever, I think it like during COVID is when it really started up for the TCG game as collectibles again, and it's just skyrocketed since then.
Yeah, makes sense. Kyle, thank you for the Sec 20. Was out canoeing for 6 hours and burnt myself bad. Fuck your life. Wangal, thank you for the 10. Howdy, y'all. Ryan, when you strolled for cards today, it reminded me of Vera opening a 5th edition pack, gushing specifically over the art like Patrick Bateman in that one scene exposed. Oh, the fucking business cards. That's such a good movie. I can't believe that they're doing a remake of that. That's gonna be the most dog shit remake. I swear to God. There's nobody that can play that character like Christian Bale can. But anyway, I digress. I gotta be honest, I don't even remember opening any fucking special packs in the history of my life. I've opened so many goddamn packs of every game. I also would go back to Yu-Gi-Oh, but the problem is that
you can find Yu-Gi-Oh cards anywhere.
Well, so the thing is like, I would go back to Yu-Gi-Oh, but also I wouldn't play it enough because I like it, but I don't love it. I would play Pokemon way more than I would play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Somebody I met someone at the card show who actually like watched the channel and came up and said hi, and he had just got a Blue Eyes White Dragon that he had been like looking for a long time. It was not in great condition, but that was like the card he'd wanted for forever since he was a kid, you know.
Damn.
So,
I've showed them off a million times. I don't have them right here, but I have Legend of Blue Eyes First Edition Exodia.
nice.
All mint condition. I should get them graded. It'd be thousands of dollars, but I just don't give a fuck. You know what? If you asked me where they were, gun to my head right now, I'd say, I don't know. They got moved around. They're somewhere around me. So, hey, at least when somebody comes and robs me, they're not gonna get my fucking Exodia, because even I don't know where my Exodia is, brother. I know they're here. They're probably in this room. Most likely.
Somewhere. I think
Yes.
Bilbo's sleeping on them.
Yeah, Bilbo loves to chew cards, so if Bilbo knew where they were, they would not be near Mint anymore. That's for fuck's sake, sure. Hey Zeus, thank you so much for the 10 again. Thank you for the gift of membership. Ryan, curious, what did you think of the last showdown between Spike and Vicious and Cowboy Bebop?
Like
You finished Cowboy Bebop
I
finally?
did finish Cowboy Bebop.
Wow.
So,
it only took 32 out of the fucking 42 weeks that we've been doing this show.
I finished before I left to Japan, to be honest with you, but like, I mean, I thought it was cool to like after Vicious kind of got the better of him in that fucking in the one like what is that fucking episode 8 or episode 9 or whatever the fuck that was at that church to see Spike put him down, but also like take a fuck ton of damage in the process and everything. Wasn't
Yeah.
easy. I don't know. It's all right.
Now you just need to watch the live action.
Okay, I heard Faye Valentine is way hotter in the live action than in the anime.
Surely.
That's what I hear.
I will say, I need to think of something really good. I need to think of a video game to make you play in order to get those Pokemon cards. You actually might have to play Reloaded to get those Pokemon cards. And you can stream it, right? So you're going to make hundreds of dollars, the pain and suffering, plus you're getting Pokemon cards. Plus I have other shit to send you. You want like fucking deck boxes and binders and all this dog shit. So you're probably getting like $500 worth of garbage from me, and that's fine. But I think
So in order to do this, I have to play the game that you bought for me.
I think I might force you to put my $15 or fucking $25 or whatever it was to good goddamn use.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, whoa. You've said you were gonna play that since the day it came out.
Oh, well.
And I sent it to you. You were like, all right, I'll do it.
I have some real proper motivation now,
True. See, that works. 500-pound land whale. Thank you for the 2 pounds. Gonna need more pounds than that to be a 500-pound land whale. Gonna play my first AC game ever, but which one? I'm assuming Assassin's Creed and the first. Assassin's Creed games, there's so many really amazing ones. Just don't start with any of the modern ones. I think that a lot of people now are gonna recommend Black Flag Resynced because the remake comes out in a couple weeks, and that's such a goated fucking game. But I would still probably recommend the OG over the remake just so you get that experience.
I would recommend.
But I also am someone who's generally going to say start with the first game or the first book or the first product that came out.
I think it's okay to start with the Ezio trilogy first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Assassin's Creed 2, to me, is like where it like the first game is good for sure, but some limitations on the gameplay and stuff like that. I feel like if you start with 2, it's a really fucking good story. The gameplay is better. Like, I think if you start off there, it'd be great.
Yeah, I think that 2 would also be an acceptable answer. Because you
Black Flag is awesome, though.
Yeah, Black Flag is really good. Are you going to play the remake? Well, assuming you actually are going to start playing games. Are you going to play the remake?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, well, fair enough.
We'll see. A month ago, I played Black Flag, not the remake. Just played it, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that the last game that you played?
No, NBA 2K is the last game.
I'm not counting that.
All right.
That's like saying the last game you played was Pokemon Go. Not that either.
What if I said Minecraft?
Okay, that's at least more acceptable. Flag Ninja, thank you for the 151, Ryan. 151.
All right. The 151.
151.
The 151. I'm telling you, this is going to be saved for a very special occasion.
I thought you said you were going to open that soon.
No, it's going to be saved for a very special occasion.
How much is that booster box worth?
$450.
It's a lot of fucking money.
I know.
Yeah.
A lot of yen.
Yeah. That's for sure. Vic, thank you for the 2. Schedule for next week out, and I work the 4th. Fuck my life. Yeah, the 4th is on Saturday, so it's gonna be a crazy weekend for a lot of people. Jose, thank you for the 199. Any chance to get Vera on House of the Dragon on Sundays? There's always a possibility. I usually stream Sundays, but you know, I could always take time off for joining other streams. Who the hell knows though?
That's those Sunday streams. There is more than welcome, obviously, but those fucking streams. We didn't get done till it's like 2:30 or 3 in the morning, and I know for you that might be nothing. For me,
that's easy.
I was fucking dying.
Yeah, because I got a fucking grandpa.
Well, I got to get up and stream for daily
by midnight.
No, but when I got it, like.
So I've been on daily a million times. I stream fucking Nintendo Directs at 9 a.m.
My daily schedule does not account for fucking staying up like that. That's all I'm saying.
Stop being a little bitch and grow up. Just get an energy drink or a coffee. You will be fine. It's that simple.
I've had way too much coffee today. I have had a total of 10 shots of espresso today. So I have had a decent amount of coffee today.
And now you might die. 10 shots of espresso. You've probably drinking a lot before the stream. You're going to drink a lot after the stream. And now we're on our second shot of the evening. Neanderthal, thank you for the $50 donation. The 2 most miserable people on the internet, or interest, but I'm gonna assume you said internet. Good combo. Listen, I'm just happy that this hasn't turned into the fucking Bless My Life BML podcast, because there were some where people were making me scared. They were like, Brian's gonna come back, he's gonna be so happy, it's gonna be weeks and weeks and weeks of him being so happy. I'm glad that I'm honestly glad that you got stranded in Japan for the little bit extra, because that meant that you were angrier than you would have been if you came back at your regularly scheduled time.
I mean, I was very happy in Japan for sure.
You were.
And I will say, there's been moments I've been back that I'm very happy. Pokemon's making me happy. Other things are making me happy. But it is a little bit back to the daily grind, which, you know, isn't great sometimes, but some things keep it entertaining.
Phew, that's the way it goes. Thank you though for the 50. That one fucking burnt. And that was not fun. That's for sure. So
I don't like
maybe besides House of the Dragon, we should get into another real topic.
It's been 15 minutes into the show, yeah.
It's been all yapping tonight. Well, to be fair, House of the Dragon was a topic, just not, you know. I think, though, that we technically did talk about it less than we talked about at, like, every Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode. But that's because that show was so fucking good. Now we get to talk about Supergirl, yay! I know everybody is so excited for Supergirl. I know all of you guys in chat are gonna be running to the theaters. You can't wait to buy Millie Alcock merchandise and have her face on a t-shirt, and all of you might even go and see it 2 or 3 or 4 times to prove that you don't hate women. I'll go 0 times to prove that I hate women. But now we are getting the estimates, and we're also getting a new line of cope releasing that this movie is already making money because of marketing deals. So the Supergirl estimates have been pretty rough. They started pretty rough. 55 million plus, down to 51 million, then 45 to 55, then 40 million. Now we're at 39 million. And this means that it would either be on par or lower than movies that have been deemed massive failures, or at least large failures when it comes to superhero movies, like The Flash and also the Marvels. I was also thinking about Wonder Woman 1984. That started with a little bit of steam. And like people were pretty hyped for that. And then, of course, it fizzled out when they actually saw the content. But Millie Alcock has not helped this movie's issues. I think that the marketing has done a really poor job appealing to comic book fans, and I would say just men in general. I think that the statements about Christian dads and also her being a queer icon is definitely a turnoff for a lot of people. Supergirl star Millie Alcock highlights character's queer icon status amid weak box office tracking. But the new line of cope has already truly started. Now, I don't know if you, but before we get into the cope, what your estimates were for this movie's opening. Do you think it's going to open as low as 39 million?
I think it's probably going to be between 50 and 55. That's my guess.
So you think it's going to be on the higher end of these
I think it's going to be closer to
estimates?
like where the estimates were like a couple weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Because even now, like it's like 39 to 49 or 39 to 51. You know, that's where some of these estimates are at. I think it's going to be in that 50 to 55, which is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, because Superman's domestic was pretty strong. Wasn't it over 100 million?
I think it was like 108 or something for the
Yeah.
standard weekend. Maybe like maybe it was 125, but maybe Man of Steel
Oh,
was 108,
yeah.
but adjusted for inflation, Man of Steel was actually higher, but right around like 125, 110, somewhere around there. But look, The Flash opened to like $56 million,
Mhm.
right? Captain Marvel opened to $46 million. Like that's the competition we're talking about here.
Right. And the fact that James Gunn is banking right now on the supers being Superman and Supergirl is questionable. I understand Superman. I think Superman is a very easily marketable, interesting character that generally has made and historically has made a lot of money at the box office and amongst fans in general. The fact that they are not going for a character like Batman is mind blowing. I think even a Wonder Woman would have been a much smarter move. But Supergirl, I think a Supergirl movie would have to be flawless in terms of its PR, in terms of what the actress is saying and doing. I think that the trailers would have to show a very clear evolution if they're starting with the character being a loser drunk who makes fun of everybody and like hates everybody because she's depressed and upset. I guess maybe Millie Alcock will truly shine in this role because she is also a depressed, angry drunk. And so maybe this will just come naturally to her and she'll really shine on screen. Now, of course, that means that we're not going to see the hero's journey
I
at
don't
all
think she's a
whatsoever.
depressed, angry drunk. I think she's a happy drunk based on her red carpet interactions.
I don't know. She seems to make some pretty controversial statements about people when she's drunk.
I
But
mean, she's retarded. There's no doubt.
yeah, well, I guess
Yeah.
that's just women in general, though. So that's not even adding drunk into the equation at that point. Like, that's just how women fucking are. But a movie like this, if Supergirl is going to work, I think that it needs to be perfect. It needs to have flawless PR. The actress has to be very well trained in her media statements. I think that she needs to act basically as her character, how her character should be. I think that it's got to offer something to everyone, the women, the men, but none of that has really happened. Like, I can't truly think of anything with this movie that has been deemed as like a super positive, except for now this line of coping and damage controlling, and that's that Supergirl 100 million plus promo partner campaign, biggest ever for Warner Brothers DC Studios. Now, this isn't the first time that we've heard this, not the last time that we're going to ever hear this. Partnerships and deals are very lucrative. And when a movie like this is in the making, yeah, I mean, you want all the Coca-Colas you can get and the Kentucky Fried Chickens. But it says when Supergirl takes to the screen this Friday, she'll be the biggest Warner Brothers slash DC Studios movie ever when it comes to promotional partnerships with 80 plus sponsors who are delivering 100 million plus in media value. That's not even counting consumer products. With names such as Ulta Beauty, OPI, Joico, and Kentucky Fried Chicken on board, the Warner Bros. Global partnerships aim for the campaign is to sell the edgy aspect of the DC verse while creating the zeitgeist moments that would intrigue women and families. I think this is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Me, as somebody who has shopped at Ulta Beauty or bought OPI nail polish, isn't fucking interested in your retarded marketing partnerships, buddy. The reason why I want to go and see your movie is because the character seems interesting, or the action seems really cool, or I'm interested in comic books, not because you're working with a fucking nail polish brand or you're working with Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't think a KFC partnership is going to bring in the black folks. But who is this really for? It's just for the companies to go, looky, it's 100 million plus in media value, because we're already seeing there be articles written and people online coping and saying, oh my God, it's already made 100 million plus dollars. That's not the way that it fucking works. And this, sure.
Yeah, that's not what this means.
Right.
That's the important thing. People think that this means that these
No.
brands are paying all of this money and like Warner Brothers pocketing that money. That's not what this is talking about. They're
Right.
saying that these partnerships with these with these people, right? These what should be mutually beneficial partnerships in theory, right? It's Supergirl meal at Burger King or whatever the fuck all these things are.
Or like the
They're saying that
Fortnite.
they estimate that that if you combine all these impressions that they would get from these things, that this would be like $100 million marketing campaign.
Right.
This does not mean that they are getting $100 million for this. And it's a huge misconception that people have for some reason.
Right. It doesn't mean that, oh my God, suddenly they can count $100 million towards this project. That's not the way that it works, and that's not the way that it will ever work. And they're still putting money towards marketing. They still need to bring in hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office. And this isn't some mega W own for Warner Brothers, because if this movie still only brings in, let's say for argument's sake, $200 million over its box office run, it's still going to be seen as a failure. It's still not going to be seen as some mega massive own. And you can't go, well, technically it made $300 million, because that's just not the way that it works. And so to see articles like this released running damage control and saying, oh my God, this is so awesome and so amazing and such a positive situation. Look, it's fine if you like Supergirl. It's fine if you like James Gunn. It's fine if you like what DC is doing right now. I think that you're in the minority, but you can't just sit here and say that suddenly this is a big, fat, mega W for this film. And I think
it's going to be really
now,
funny when it still flops despite all
yes,
of this marketing.
I think now we're also going to see this used by the media more often, because I think Warner Brothers is really the only company that it's happened with, and it's only happened like a very small amount of times where they've tried to like really sell you on, oh my God, these companies are so like excited about this and there's this big deal and then this media value. I think that it makes you look desperate for positive attention and makes you look desperate to get some sort of positive article written about your project. And it's like you just want to flood the internet with saying, hey, look, this is going so well for us, when that isn't what it means. And sure, there are going to be people online who are easily fooled by a headline like this and they see, oh wow, a $100 million promo partner campaign is crazy, and that must mean that Warner Brothers has a lot of faith in them. But there's only so many times that you can say that before you sound absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to get to that point very quickly.
I mean, look, everyone's trying to find whatever spin they can. Same with He-Man. It's like, well, yeah, it flopped, but it's all just extra money because streaming is really what they
Yeah, that's
care
not the
about.
case
And
though.
yeah, all that stuff.
Like as I think we talked about it last week, I liked Master of the Universe. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I would watch a sequel. According to reports, they actually want to continue forward with a sequel. I wouldn't mind that happening, but at the same time, a flop is a flop. You can't say it's not a flop just because you created some crazy number and you sit here and say, ah, well, technically, no, not technically. It either made money at the box office or it didn't. It's just that simple. It's like the Ubisofts of the industry saying, oh, well, technically we engaged 5 million players on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, and half of those were probably based on Ubisoft Plus, your subscription service that people already were subscribed to. And so really you sold 2.5 million copies, which is a disaster when an Assassin's Creed Shadows needed to sell, like, I think the estimate was 7 million copies for it to be deemed like some massive success for Ubisoft. So no, it's not a big W.
Yeah, it's anything but. I mean, look, people are going to hunt for any sort of positives for this. I think it's interesting that the trades, I think Variety put out a headline that's like Supergirl estimates sputter as James Gunn's universe in doubt. Like there's some article like that from Variety the other day, which is interesting. But we are, look, the proof is going to be in the box office numbers for Supergirl, and it's not that far away at this point. Right. We're only a couple days away from seeing exactly how this thing is going to perform. And I again, I don't think 39 million is going to happen. Certainly it's possible. But even if it does 50 to 55, which might be charitable at this point to assume that it does that, that is not good. That's what The Flash opened up to, and The Flash ended up making less than $300 million worldwide. It was a massive failure. This will be as well. I think it will struggle to crack 300 million. A month ago, like before Mando and Grogu came out, I said I thought Mando and Grogu would flirt with 400 and that Supergirl would be 350. Now, clearly, we were overestimating for Mando, so I'm going to say we're overestimating for Supergirl. I'm saying, like, it's not going to break 300 million. That's what I think for this movie.
Well, you're only saying that because you hate women and you're a misogynist pig, obviously, according to the fucking internet. But yeah.
That has nothing to do with my estimates, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Not according to the internet. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I thought that Mando and Grogu was going to do bad, but I didn't think that it was going to do this bad. I also, though, think that people didn't expect serious competition in Backrooms and Obsession, and clearly that has proved a problem for them because these things have done so fucking good, which I think is great, but it's like we're talking about Mando. Obsession humiliates Star Wars as $750K horror film outgrosses The Mandalorian and Grogu at the box office. Good, because The Mandalorian and Grogu, it's not offensively bad, but it's not good either, and when you're paying this much money and you have this sort of star power and Pedro Pascal is supposed to be seen as like this big actor in Hollywood, it should be able to outgross, especially after 7 years of not releasing Star Wars movies at the box office and in theaters. Of course, it shouldn't be beat out by a movie that cost $750,000 to create, and I think that is so hilarious.
It's funny because this is like the safe bet, right? This is the movie they made because they thought it was a safe bet to be a decent moneymaker, ease their way back into theaters after a lot of fans were very upset with the last stuff that happened. And it could not have turned out worse for them. For Dave Filoni, his first launch as co-president, the fucking little sniveling queer that he is. I love that this movie bombed and tanked at the box office. I haven't seen Obsession, but it is ironic that this movie just, 50 times it's budgeted at whatever the fuck it is at this point. And you've got YouTubers that are making movies on micro budgets that are decimating multi-billion-dollar properties and corporations. And I love it.
Yeah, Obsession has now grossed 333 million worldwide, and Grogu is 321. And you love to
Isn't it
see
already
it.
outgrossed it domestically? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's this is worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's outgrossed it both, which I love. I think that this shit is fucking hilarious. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Star Wars, if this was, of course, 15 years ago, or 10 years ago, maybe at the latest, if you had said Star Wars movies were going to be beat by a movie that cost under $1 million, I would say that is laughable and that's not going to be the case because Star Wars used to be such a big fucking brand. It used to be such a big name. But now Star Wars is pretty pretty pathetic in a pretty bad place, but
Well, and also if that would have happened, if you'd pose a question like how could that have happened, you would have assumed that this micro budget movie would have made like $1 billion and the Star Wars movie made like 950 million.
right, and they were very close, neck
Yeah,
and
yeah.
neck, and they were like crazy, not 333 million to 320 or 321 million or whatever the number I just read was. So you'd think that it would be, oh my God, these are like the dominating movies at the box office for the fucking year. And of course, now Mando and Grogu's completely dead. It's been out for weeks. You got Toy Story, you've got Supergirl. Toy Story week 2 is still probably going to outgrow Supergirl week 1, which is hilarious to think about. And the box office is backwards right now. These should be easy W's for them, and they're not. So yeah, FAFO, make everything for the gays and the women, and your IP loses massive value, and nobody ends up going to watch it because the gays and the women generally don't give a fuck. Or if the gays and the women want to go and watch something, it's going to be with their significant other, and a woman's going to go with a man to see it. And if the man doesn't want to go and see it, then the woman's not going to go and see it by herself. It's just that simple.
For the most part, that is the case. On average, that is the case. And they can keep trying to make these fucking movies and these properties that are historically for men more appealing to women. The truth is, you're just going to alienate the men. And spoiler alert, the women that do like those properties, because there are women out there that like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Marvel and all of this stuff. There are women in your fan base. There always have been women in your fan base. Guess what? They like it the way it is. They liked Star Wars the way it was before you tried to start feminizing it. So not only are you losing the male audience, but you're losing the female audience that actually liked your shit to start with.
It's true. It's like Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. I'll buy everything Lord of the Rings. But you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and praise Rings of Power because it's fucking dog shit slop and you tried to modernize it. Star Wars is the same way. Used to love Star Wars. Star Wars was fucking great. I even named my cat after a fictional Star Wars fucking language, bro. But Star Wars now is trash, and you've lost the women who were interested when it was just Star Wars. But you start adding the baby Yodas. Oh my gosh, you've got kids being added to it. That's not appealing at all whatsoever. But these people don't even know what a woman is, so I don't really know how they're even marketing their movies to women. Clearly, it's not working out very well for them.
No, it's not.
No. Neanderthal, thank you for the $100. I feel like I need to pay to redeem myself for last night's stream. I might be qualified to be a Hollywood executive. The question was, I enjoyed Dragons Season 1, not Episode 1. Have not watched since. Worth it. Neanderthal, I think you need to put mom's credit card away. You are typing like David right now.
I understand what he's saying because last night on the stream with Gary.
Yeah, I didn't watch all of that, obviously. Like, I was streaming for a bit myself.
And you didn't have 4 hours handy? Yeah.
Well, I watched like almost 2 hours of it.
So he sent a super chat that was like, hey, I watched episode 1. Or he said, I liked episode 1. Haven't watched 2 yet. should I keep going? I
Well,
was
you
like,
can't keep going.
what? When I was like, wait, what? Like I was trying to. So you liked episode 1, but you didn't watch
Yeah.
episode 2, and it's like, well, if you liked episode 1, yeah, probably. Um, I, I would say, look, season 2 is not as good as season 1, definitively, and it has problems. Now that we have the first episode of season 3, I would say watch it. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Uh,
Yeah.
like I don't know. At least if you're watching these streams that so many people are talking about, at least you'll know what people are talking about and whether you agree or disagree, whether you like it or hate it. You know, you'll at least know what's going on, I guess. If you liked season 1, you probably won't like season 2 as much, but maybe you will. We're all different, right?
Yeah, I was not. I mean, I've said it so many times. I was not the biggest fan of season 2. I felt like I got bored by the end of season 2. I think my major issue, though, is that season 2 builds up to nothing because season 2 was cut off at the end. And so all of that hype and all of that build up didn't pay off. And so I felt like that was very lackluster. Now that we are truly getting what is supposed to be the penultimate episode of season 2, and it's the start of season 3, I think that, okay, if this was put onto the end of season 2, my opinions would be a little bit stronger. I felt like season 1, though, had so much amazing acting and great costumes, and they really tried to make sure people were hooked on it. And so they would be able to reel them in for the next 3 seasons going forward. And, obviously, take it episode by episode. If you like episode 1 of season 1, watch it, and then watch episode 2, and then watch episode 3, and then eventually, if you get bored of it, just don't watch it. I mean, nobody is forcing you to watch it except for yourself. But yeah, like Ryan said, if you want to at least be able to catch up or keep up with the conversations, and you don't want things spoiled, so in case one day you decide to watch it, well, then at least by keeping up with each episode, then you'll know what's happening and you'll be able to be part of the conversation. But thank you so much for the 100. Much appreciated. Thank you. And there was also another 20 from you saying I mess up all my super chats. Oh well, the smarts knew I meant internet, not interest. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
The smarts.
That's all right though.
Smarts also know that we owe you a shot.
I already took the shot.
Oh shit.
I already did. I have the top off still though. I don't know, it was $100, so technically I should take 2 shots, but also, I could technically grift and scam him, so maybe I will. I think it's time maybe to get yourself some good alcohols. Well, then at least it's 1 bad shot, 1 good shot, 1 bad shot, 1 good shot.
Yeah.
Like something at least better. Luckily, I'm a chick, so I get chick alcohol.
Caramel shit.
So I'm like getting like salted caramel or caramel pecan fucking alcohol. I still have the bottles of FML that I've been like spacing out, but I should probably drink more of those soon. Maybe next week I'll open one. But I don't drink unless it's on this fucking alcoholic stream. Other than that, maybe like for 100K stream I'll take shots, or a 50K stream I'll take shots.
We do have some Rumble rants from Supreme Lord. The worst part about modern entertainment is the fact these people think they're fighting off racism and sexism by changing things, changing characters, making them black and gay all over. But in reality, they're just piling on more bigotry than ever, than alienating fan base who either don't agree with their politics, don't like the characters being race swapped, modernized, or changed at all. I find it funny Millie Alcock didn't talk this much shit preaching about feminism or being gay when she played a young Rhaenyra who whored off with 3 men, yet for some reason, it's over a superhero film.
Yeah, it's true. But I think that her time on House of the Dragon also changed her perspective, because she felt like interacting with these types of people and making these types of statements was what was going to land her in a leading role, like with Emma Darcy. And so she's just sort of parroting the same talking points that she learned on set. Because she's, how old is she now?
Emma or Millie? Millie's like
Millie.
26.
Yeah, she's 26. So like, She still is, like, kind of young, I guess, in the grand scheme of things,
Not as
especially when
young
she
as
was
you
on House of the
expect, but yeah.
Dragon. Well, yeah, but when she was on House of the Dragon, that was already quite a few years ago. And so, you know, during her, I guess we'll say, adult formative years, she was around those types of people. It's like, for me growing up, I grew up with a mother that said the word retard all the time. So, of course, that's why I say the word retard all the time. That was in my fucking vocabulary. My mom swears
That's
like a
my excuse for
sailor,
using the
and
N-word.
so yeah, I know it is. You say it all the time, but you know, that's my formative years. If this is the example I'm around, you know, I was only around my mother. I was fucking homeschooled. I don't know anybody else. Everybody else sucks. No wonder I hate people. So, she was just around the gays and the troons. So it's no shocker that she feels like I need to parrot the gay and the troon talking points to get a show. So that's what
Eh,
she's seen.
Yeah, she obviously believes like what she's saying, or at least she thinks she believes it. Because I like when you grow up, when you're so young, like I don't think you're a real person in Hollywood. I've said that multiple times. Like these people that grow up in the industry surrounded by this stuff, they're force fed their opinions, and I don't think they really have ever thought for themselves because they're always in this echo chamber. You
Right.
know?
Yep, exactly. Is there more you have to read over on Rumble?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Wolf, thank you for the 4.99. My damned AC unit has died on me. Now I've got a crew coming in Thursday morning for a $12,000 repair. Fuck my life. That shit
Bro.
sucks. That
Fuck your life, dude.
sucks. Yeah, $12,000. That's a lot of money.
That's awful.
Yeah, I only have a window unit, so I mean, for
I
me,
could not live like that.
the worst I had to do was 2 years ago. I bought like a $400 AC. That's it. That's my cost. 2 years, going on 3 years now.
I
So,
could not live like that.
but yeah, but you live somewhere where it's fucking 90 degrees all the goddamn time.
Yeah, that I mean the AC
Here it's
units in
like
Florida.
it was 76 out earlier and then it rained and now suddenly it's like 58 degrees out. It's cooled down, it rained, it's the evening.
It's
It's nice out. I could go outside, put a jacket on.
it's been brutal here, to be honest. It's been, 100 degrees, heat index of like 105, 106, humid as fuck, like every day. Every day. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that
a hot fucking
sucks.
summer.
Also, like, I'm a New Englander, so the game is always how long can I wait to turn the AC on every year, and how long can I wait to turn the heat on every year? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
make it into late November before I turn my heat on. I only turned my AC on for the first time fucking 2 weeks ago. I'm fine with sitting in a 90-degree room, you know? I'm fine. I'm in the comfort of my own home. Surely it's not that bad. Over 90 though, that's when it gets rough. But where you
No,
are,
no, no.
it's
Like
just 90 all the
I keep my
time.
house at 72, and even I think it's too hot. I see our hills
Yeah.
hurt in the chat. AC is mandatory everywhere. Yes, it should be. It should be.
I mean,
Full home AC unit, not just window stupid shit, by the way.
yeah, well, that is the problem in ye old new fucking England. We have basements, but we don't have central AC in most homes. So,
Yeah, because it's New England. They don't have that shit in England either.
that is true.
Yeah.
Without New England, though, we wouldn't have America. So, you know what?
Boy, mate,
I'll take
it's
the W
27
there.
degrees outside. It's a heat wave. How we gonna survive? Yeah.
Yeah. We have had to deal in Boston with a lot of the Scottish though, coming over for the cup. So that's
There you
been
go. That's probably
interesting.
fun.
Yeah. Taker, thank you for the 5. Ryan, did you see a lot of One Piece stuff in Japan? Any cosplayers there? Is an Adventures of Elliot a must own for JRPG fans? So, The Adventures of Elliot is a fun game and I would recommend it, just not for full price. Like
Is that about
I
Ellen
have
Page?
I hate the fact that of course, our minds think alike because in my pre-stream for that, I took a so the main character Elliot has like this red stupid hat with this yellow fucking feather. And so for my pre-stream screen for the 10 minutes because I don't go live until I absolutely have to and there's a gun in the back of my head. I put Ellen Page and then the red hat with a yellow fucking feather on this retard's head, because that's the joke, of course, is gonna be prominently made. It's a good game. I don't think that most games though should cost $60 and up. I do recommend it, just maybe at like $30 or $40.
There was a ton of One Piece like merchandise and statues and shit, like there was a ton of it. Cosplayers, I don't know if I saw any of that, but I'm not a One Piece guy, so I probably wouldn't have noticed it if I saw Monkey D. Luffy's retarded fucking ass in front of me. I bought a Demon Slayer stuff.
I like Demon Slayer a lot. Demon Slayer is pretty good. What about Freerun?
I know I've heard Freerun. I couldn't recognize anybody from that if I saw it, so I'm not sure.
You need to watch Freerun. It is in a way a girly anime, but it's also got a lot going for it. And if you don't, you're fucking stupid and gay.
Okay. I'm stupid and gay.
That's it. Not even like, hey, why is it good? Motherfucker.
No, I don't want to know.
Motherfucker, I listen to you talk about fucking Pokemon cards for 15 goddamn minutes.
Yeah, that's
not
cool.
Like, hey, why is this good?
What? Everybody.
You know what? Look, fine. You heard it here. Ryan is stupid and gay as fuck, and he's a loser.
Yeah, because I won't watch a girly anime, yes.
Because it's not just a girly anime. It, I would say, is an anime that also is going to be liked a lot by women, but it's not just a girly fucking anime. And it is a good anime. And you know what? We already know that you're stupid, loser, gay, idiot. That's the image, by the way. See, why are you sitting like that? Like, you are supposed, you want to say that you're fucking LARPing as a man and that you sit like a woman. Why are you so fucking brain dead? My god. But anyway, that's the image. I made that in about 3 minutes. It's very special, I know, but yeah, you should actually watch Freerun though. It's the only
I'll
thing
add it
that's
to my
made
list
me
of anime recommendations.
Just like you'll add a video game that I recommend to your list of video game recommendations. Motherfucker, you don't do anything except for like sit on X and say women are evil. That's the only thing you do.
How often do I tweet? I never tweet.
You also go on streams and say the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't say I say it on X.
You
don't tweet.
You don't
I have stuff
anime.
going on that you don't know about.
Motherfucker, you're not too busy to watch a 20-minute episode of a goddamn anime once a fucking week.
I'm on the hunt for Pokemon, okay? I'm on the hunt.
Am I really going to have to fucking bribe you in Pokemon to get you to fucking play games and watch anime? Like, that is that is pretty fucking pathetic. I gotta keep it a buck with you. Like, what's the dollar per minute value here? Like, if I give you $20 card, is that 1 episode? Is that like 5 minutes of an episode? Like, I at least need to know the fucking conversion rate here.
So
when I send you this box of $500 worth of shit, how much am I getting out of that?
You're getting the fucking value. Reloaded.
The full game? Not like, haha, I streamed it for 5 minutes, you stupid bitch. Should have specified.
I wouldn't do that. I have more honor than that.
I literally bought you the game, though.
How long does the game take?
You have honor.
How long does the game take to complete the campaign? 10 hours?
I don't know. An amount of time. You have honor. You're such a stupid bitch. Holy shit.
I feel like $10 an hour. Like,
my streams
$50 an hour. That's fair.
It was like 5.5 hours, but I also did a review at the end.
Oh
so
shit! I will play the whole game.
Or no, like yeah. So like
I would split it up into 2 streams probably.
Okay, yeah. So we have that like confirmation now, though. Okay. You're so fucking stupid. Holy shit. Net Stealer, thank you for the 5. Poor Ryan, acting like streaming is a real job. I know. He constantly bitches and moans about it.
Net Stealer, I know you're a fucking old boomer, and when Like you walked up hills both ways in the fucking
In the
snow to go to
blizzard.
school, and you only had an old black and white television that your parents would only let you watch for 30 minutes a day. The world has changed, Net Stealer. Some people have jobs on the internet now.
That is true. It's definitely not as hard of a job as some people have it, though. That's for sure. Could be worse.
Oh, look,
Um,
like I actually view this like any other job. There's awesome fucking benefits to
and
it,
there's
and
terrible bits about it. Yeah, I mean that's
well,
just the way that it
not
goes.
terrible, but
I
there's
don't know. I think
downside
that
to it, just like
having to
any job.
consume like things that you genuinely hate, like for me, the number one would probably be like Rings of Power, Kill the Justice League. I would
Yeah.
never touch that in a million years because of how angry and upset that it makes me. And it's not like, oh, I've cared about this thing, but it upsets me. No, like these are things that I love so much, like Lord of the Rings and the Arkhamverse. So like
Yeah,
that is, I would
I'm
say
very
that's
grateful to be
terrible, but it's not like going to the coal mine for 15 hours a day. Terrible.
I'm very grateful to be able to like work from home, set my own schedule and things like that. I never want to go back to an office ever again, 1000%. On the downside, I have to work with someone like Jeremy, right? Like, how fucking miserable do you think that makes me?
Yeah, it's true. I bet it makes you pretty miserable. Pepper, thank you for the 5. Vera can't sacrifice another game stream night with 10,000 games coming out. Also, we should get Ryan's opinion on Evie's age. Over the next couple of months, I don't remember the exact amount of games, but I literally have to spend thousands of dollars on video games coming out. Fuck my life. In September and October alone, there are so many games releasing. I might have to sacrifice FML. Might have to say fuck FML. I need the extra goddamn days to stream these
Right
games.
before like the 1 year stream, it's like, nah, we're
Wash
done.
my hands of this fucking stream. Yeah.
I bet you won't stop the Wicked Virtue stream.
No, probably not. Just piss you off. But yeah, there's so many games coming out.
Evie's age, look, I have only seen a couple stills from it. She certainly looks younger. I don't know how old she's intended to be. I'm not sure.
She's supposed to be 23 to 25. Like a 23
She looks
to
younger than
25
that, but
year
she's also
old.
Asian, so.
Right, she's Korean, so like I think that Koreans definitely vary in terms of if they look their age versus if they look significantly younger, but I mean, I can confirm.
A lot of
'cause I talked-
Asians look young until they're about fucking 50, then they look 80. So
that is true, but I mean, I talked to the Shift Up CEO. It's not a under 18 model that they modeled her after. It's a woman in her 20s. She's supposed to be 23 to 25. Like that's just the way that it is. Like everybody can interpret the character the way that they want or say, "Oh yeah, she looks younger," but ultimately she was always supposed to be an adult. She is an adult, and I think a lot of the people online that are complaining were probably not going to play it at all, and they just want a reason to be angry at it because they didn't like Stellar Blade either. So, it is an issue. Really quickly, we'll throw one more topic into the mix. We'll very, very quickly talk about Ubisoft. Now, obviously, past couple of weeks has been pretty crazy when it comes to Ubisoft. Major layoffs, hundreds of people being let go. We haven't heard of any brand new project cancellations or even games being greenlit, but we do finally know that in some way, shape, or form, Ubisoft, or at least somebody at Ubisoft, is taking a little bit of accountability for Shadows because IGN, now of course IGN is a bunch of little bitches. They say fans are celebrating the final update for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Haven't seen anybody celebrating except for the media. But they finally, over at Ubisoft, have admitted that communities didn't resonate with Assassin's Creed Shadows story as much as they hoped. And this obviously isn't like them completely admitting defeat. They're not saying, oh my gosh, this didn't make any money, or we were wrong, or we feel so bad for the
because they're not going to
people.
actually come out and say that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Though they have now said we acknowledge some story elements from the main game that the community didn't resonate with as much as we hoped. And in a blog post, they said that they're taking those elements and the feedback and trying to put them to good use and address them in this final chapter. I hope the community is satisfied with where we leave our two protagonists and hopefully get even more excited for Black Flag resynced in the process, which I think that Resynced is going to make them a lot of money. I think there's a lot of love and nostalgia there. I think that there are plenty of people out there who are going to be excited for this, but ultimately, they should have known that the story was not resonating with players before it really even released. Like, they should have known that this was not a story that people were going to love. And if it was always their, I guess we'll say, misunderstanding when it came to how fans responded, they should have probably pumped these updates out much faster than they did to try to fix the situation. Now, we've seen this as a running theme over the years where studios will end up cutting off the end of a game and then selling it as DLC, and then they'll nickel and dime you, like with Callisto Protocol. Great example. They cut the end of the game off because they were being crunched, and then they sold it for $30 like a year later. What a slap in the face. And with Assassin's Creed Shadows, sure, they didn't sell like $30 DLCs 3 times over, which they probably could have because this is Ubisoft we're talking about, but they should have launched these much faster than they did if they actually cared about fan response.
Yeah, God, what was it the Titan Attack on Titan
Attack on
crossover
Titan.
bro, that and it looked so insane and so stupid. But this is thanks for admitting like the actual least you could do was admitting, maybe the community response wasn't exactly what yeah, no shit. You got roasted for months and months and months. Your game came out and failed. A game that people had been asking for, that Assassin's Creed fans had been asking for so long that by the time Ghost of Tsushima came out, people were like, why didn't you do this ages ago? And instead, you give us a piss poor version in every conceivable fashion that you decide to focus on a black man, a mythical black samurai, somebody who did exist in history, but was never actually a fucking samurai and was treated mostly as a joke, right? Congratulations on elevating this person into this pathetic state where you try to sell this game based in Japan. Could have been your first male Japanese protagonist in the series history, and instead you use a black dude, Yasuke. Yeah. Community didn't respond, or it didn't resonate with the community. No fucking shit.
Right, like, no shit, Sherlock, you really cracked the code. I think everybody could have said that the day that it fucking released. But yeah, they're not, I've seen this headline getting a lot of attention over the past couple days, and I did a video on it, but they're not totally admitting defeat. They're not sitting here and saying, oh my gosh, it didn't sell and we were wrong this whole time. But this is still them admitting that there was an issue and that ultimately they didn't know what their customers wanted, which in this industry where there are 20,000 games that release every single year, you need, especially a company this size, you need to understand what it is people actually want from you and actually expect from you. And every single Assassin's Creed game should be an easy win for them, and this one isn't. It's no shocker to see why so many of these people are being laid off, but I also figured that we would very quickly acknowledge this. I know Ryan had mentioned it a little bit earlier. Claude Guillemot, one of the co-founders of Ubisoft, died in a plane crash this week at the age of 69. He was one of the, I believe it was 5 co-founders. Obviously, this is very sad. It is always sad when somebody dies, especially if it is in a very, horrific or unnatural situation. But yeah, that did happen. Obviously, Yves Guillemot himself hasn't come out and said anything. He's grieving. I doubt we're gonna, get any sort of statement on that from him anytime soon. But yeah.
Private planes, man. It's a wild freak accident, obviously. So,
Yeah.
RIP to him, and prayers for the Guillemette family. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
It's tough, but you know, it's a fact of life. We all fucking die one day. Um, but yeah, no statement from the family yet. We'll see if anything is released. Probably not for a little while though. That's for sure. But all right. We'll get into reading these last few supers. Then we'll wrap up the stream. Net Stealer, thank you for the 5. Watching the Futurama slurm worm pooping out poplars is the Lamest rip. Oh,
Lamest, you
Lamus.
dumb
I'm
fuck.
sorry. I don't know why, but my mind went to lament, and I'm like, what? I'm so fucking stupid. Lamest ripoff I've ever seen. Not one but two Futurama
Lamest.
ripoffs. I don't know why, but my mind went to that one fucking word. But that's okay. I'll take the L. Not one but two Futurama ripoffs in one scene. I never got into Futurama.
I watched it here and
I've
there, but I
watched
was
some of it and like
I would watch it when it was on,
clips.
but I was not like a religious Futurama fan or anything.
Yeah, like what year did Futurama really like peak? I don't even know.
I don't remember.
But I definitely wasn't watching it. But
But yeah, they're talking about
obviously,
the Supergirl scene with that fucking animal shitting out snacks or whatever.
yeah. Um is what it is. Thank you for the
Worm
5.
worm.
Ugh, sounds disgusting. Robert Hayes, thank you for the 4.99. In your own opinions, what is the fundamental difference between Marvel Comics and DC?
So in terms of modern day, I can't tell you in the last couple of years, but for me, when I was growing up and getting into comics and reading stuff, DC always felt to me a little more serious, and a little bit darker and more serious. Certainly not everything. It's going to depend on what you're reading at the time, but most of the DC stories felt like they were written a little more seriously and taken a little more seriously, maybe just for a slightly older age range. Certainly that is not a catch-all, that is a huge like generalization, but that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I would, ultimately agree with that. There are very serious tones in Marvel as well. You know, half of a population of the fucking world being snapped out of existence is pretty serious. Like characters dying, characters sacrificing themselves. But yeah, I would say that DC is much more grounded in a lot of ways. Now, that doesn't mean that all of DC is. Obviously, you have fucking Supermans flying around that are in gods that can do basically whatever the hell they want. Um, but yeah, I think that DC also has characters that are a little darker, a little grittier, whereas Marvel has a more uplifting tone a lot of the time. Now, there are specific examples that you could put versus each other, and yeah, they're both going to be dark or they're both going to be comedic, but I always just resonated more with like DC. Bless you.
Thank you.
With like, Superman, Batman. Bless you, don't
Fuck.
die. With Batman. So yeah. Thank you for the 272 degrees inside is like living on the sun.
Look,
It's not that hot. That's normal temperature. That's a good temperature. If I could live somewhere where it's 72 all the time, I would be a happy camper.
inside my preferred temperature is 68 or 69. But like I already have the AC running all the time. It's so fucking hot in Florida that when I walk inside in 72, it does feel glorious. But yeah, my preferred would be lower than that. Trying to save on the energy, you know?
Yeah, I would be perfectly fine at 72. As long as I had like a fan, I guess. But yeah, it is what it is. The Planet Will, thank you for the 10. It can't send a proper 50 this week. I owe ya. Still taking shots with you two lovely foreheads. I lost my fucking toolbox on my walk home. Luckily, it was just fasteners, no actual tools. But still, fuck my life. Well, thank you for the 10 and thank you for stopping in. That sucks. That sucks. But I guess it could be worse. You could have died on your walk home. So, blessings all around. Jake, thank you for the 10. Ryan always hung out with X-Ray Girl in noons, then had a hotel room with 3 beds pushed together. I think I solved the mystery of why you like Japan so much. I bow down to you, my pharaoh. I swear to God, I see that fucking pharaoh image of you all the time. I think I finally escaped it. I finally got away with it, and then it pops up on my X feed again.
That is a popular one. And you think you solved the mystery, huh, Jake? You think you solved the mystery?
It's a good theory.
Interesting.
Kyle, thank you for the sec 20. Ryan, hey, has your forehead grown larger?
Yeah, it has.
Probably. Hairline recedes, forehead gets larger. And Taker, thank you for the 5. Ryan said the Yasuke's he saw in Japan did not resonate with him. Vera tried to pronounce lamest as a French word. Yeah, I don't know why. I think my mind is always on fantasy, and for some fucking reason, I just thought of lament. Not even close to it. It's why she messed up. Yeah, which by the way, I'm gonna be starting, and you know, I'm pissed off with Game of Thrones, so I'm not doing the Game of Thrones mod, but I'm gonna start Crusader Kings 3 in my own time with the Lord of the Rings mod, which I'm very excited for. Speaking of fantasy. Not the Westeros one though, because fuck that. BMC, thank you for the 10. Orders back to Norfolk FML.
It sucks, man. Not fun. Not fun.
Sucks. And Will, thank you for the 5 again with the me dying 2 weeks in a row. Shit, Vera, one of us is gonna die one of these days. Let's fucking play rock, paper, scissors for who's gonna die first. It's gonna be one of us. You know, Ryan, you could be thrown into the mix as well. How about that?
Some days, I'm ready.
I'm always ready. Fuck my life. I've had to go to the doctor a million times, or I'm going to have to go to the doctor a million times this week. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, guys. I've already said so.
I just don't go to the doctor. If you don't go, they can't find anything wrong with you.
That's true, but if you don't go, you won't know what's wrong with you.
That's how I like it.
Kind of a problem, and then you end up fucking dying sooner. But all right, guys, that's about to be the end of the stream. Ryan, what do you have coming up? What are your plans? What's going on with you?
Just making videos, doing live streams, Geeks and Gamers daily, most mornings at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Eastern, of course, the only time that actually matters. The only time zone that matters in America, I should say. Yeah, that's it. Catch me on Friday Night Tights. Going to do House of the Dragon recaps every Sunday on Nerdrotic's channel. Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Fair enough. And like I had just mentioned, I will not be live streaming tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday for the Varen Virtue Show, 7 p.m. Eastern this week. Ryan, most affected, most triggered by that. And then Thursday, back to video games. We will be playing more The Adventures of Elliot. All of Ryan's links are in the description, though. Oh, and really quickly, Will, thank you for the 2. If I go first, I owe you a Coke. You won't owe me anything because you'll be fucking dead. Yeah, so you got out of that one real easy. But thank you guys so much for being here the past few hours. Next week, Fuck My Life on Ryan's channel. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by, and have a great rest of your evening, everyone.
Bye.